Hey guys, in this video I will talk about a vision I had in a prayer meeting, and you know the story about the servant of Elijah who checked it 7 times whether the rain comes or not. You know the story. My vision was being part of this story and being the servant of Elijah. It's not a theological thing I'm gonna share, so it's not about adding to the Bible. It is perfect fiction. It was just to teach me, so it's not real but true, you know. So it didn't happen at all, and it's not about finding out what actually happened in the story. We have no references in the Bible what was the attitude of this servant, but God showed me 2 options of the attitude of the servant. So the first time I was a depressed, arrogant servant of Elijah. In the first version, I was sitting in the shadow and Elijah came up to me and said that, "Do you know what God told me? We are gonna have a huge rain and the drought will be over. Would you just go to the shores and check it out? Like, it's gonna be huge. We should check it." Okay, I go there. How far is this shore? Oh my gosh. And the sun is shining and it's burning actually. It's so ridiculously hot. And there's nothing on the sky, not a trace of a cloud, nothing like that. It's just blinding. There's nothing like some kind of mist I could take as a cloud or nothing. No, there won't be a rain here. There surely won't be rain. I go back. But did you see? Nothing. There won't be a rain soon. There's no cloud. But God promised us to send us rain, so we will surely have a rain. Okay. Would you check it out again? Of course. It's so tiring and it's too hard for such long runs. It's so distant. I'm so tired. Oh, and there won't be anything. It's obvious that there won't be any kind of rain or shower in the following days. Why should I check it out over and over again? Nothing. Would you just go back and check it again? Yeah, I would. There's no point in going to the shore again. I'm sure I won't see anything. What would I see? If there was a cloud somewhere, I would see it from here, but obviously there won't be a cloud. Not even looking to the sky from the shore. And I try to force my legs to go forward because I felt there's no point in going there. There's nothing again. Would you go there? There's surely something to see because my God promised me to send us rain. Okay, how hot is it? Oh my gosh, my skin is burning and my feet. Oh, I hate walking in the daylight. It's so incredibly hot. And I'm more and more tired. And all these efforts for what? For nothing. I won't see anything again. Yes, of course. There's no cloud. I go back and tell Elijah that there's no point in checking this rain. Maybe sometime there will be rain, but not very soon. There's nothing. Would you go back? Because so much time passed. There must be something. There must be some change. Okay. And I forced my legs to go to the shores. I breathed in the air, which was also burning. It was burning my lungs. My mouth was so dry. And I'm so exhausted. I'm fed up with this rain thing. There won't be a rain, okay? Yeah, of course, there's no cloud, but what would I expect? There's nothing again. And I fell on the ground, depressed. There's no way I would see rain very soon. Would you just go back and check it? Because I know that there will be some change. Oh, my parts are hurting. I have aches in every part of me, and I'm so exhausted. My head is dizzy and I feel like I'm gonna die in this desert. And of course there's nothing. I fell on the dust and I see nothing on the horizon. There's nothing again. What's the point in checking it out over and over again? Would you go back? Because I'm absolutely sure that you're gonna see something. Okay. Now there's nothing else on my mind but the pain I feel over my body. I have wounds on my feet and in my hands. I fell many times on the stones. So yeah, there is nothing else but the pain I feel. And I fell again. and I looked up to the horizon. Some kind of small mist appears. Maybe it's some kind of cloud, yeah, as big as my hand. Not a big thing. There won't be a rain from such a small thing. There's no way. It will disappear in a few minutes. We couldn't even get a small shower from it. Not to mention this huge rain which was promised. Well, it won't be very soon. Elijah, there's no point in checking this thing. All I saw was this small cloud as big as my hand. There's no way we would see rain very soon. Just stop sending me out. What did you say? Did you see something? Did you really see something? Yeah, a very small cloud. Ha! My Lord is so faithful. It's the rain. I'm telling you. It's the rain which was promised. I'm gonna feel the drops on my skin very soon. Just check it out. And Elijah started to rejoice and sing and dance, and the raindrops started to fall. Yes, the promise was true. Why did it happen so not according to my concepts? Why did I have to go to the shore so many times? It was just a waste of time and effort. I don't understand. Okay, now it's raining. Cool, I'm not gonna die at least. And God allowed me to see this vision for the second time. I was sitting in the shadow, and Elijah came up to me. Did you hear, my servant? God told me there's gonna be a huge rain very soon. The drought will be over. How amazing! I knew God won't let us die in this desert. Will you just go out and see whether there's some sign of this rain? Of course, I would. It's so good that God promised us rain, and I was skipping the whole way long. My God is so good. He's so faithful. He's gonna give us rain. And I'm on the shore, and there's no cloud. But it doesn't matter. The promise is true. I'm gonna see the rain falling. I'm gonna feel the drops on my skin very soon. What did you see? Nothing. But surely there's gonna be a rain, because your God promised this. Didn't he? Will you go back again? Yes, of course. And I was singing the whole way long. My God is about to intervene. My God is about to fulfill His promise. And I'm going to see the change. I was so happy. There was nothing I could see, but it doesn't change the fact that I will. So I came back to Elijah to inform him that I didn't see anything, but it doesn't really matter. So I came back to the shores again. It was so good, waiting for this promise which is sure to come. It's a privilege, actually. I can wait for the promise of God to be fulfilled. There's no question that it will be fulfilled, so I have plenty of time to wait for it, because I will see the rain. It's for sure. Yeah, I feel the weather is very hot and the shore is very distant, so it hurts more and more every time I go back. But it's worth it. Yeah, my skin is burning and the sun is blinding. It's noon, but it doesn't matter. I have to go back and check it out again. There's nothing again. And I'm totally exhausted. I have pain all over my body, but this promise is so awesome. Nothing else matters. And this promise is from my only good and faithful God. There is no way He would be unfaithful to His promise. And I went back to Elijah rejoicing about God's faithfulness. It's so solid. There's no way it would change. What did you see? Nothing again. And I realized how faithful my God is. He's surely about to intervene. Next time I go back, it's so sure that I'm going to see something. So I went back. I really had to force myself to go back. I felt very dizzy. Maybe I got a sunstroke. And I fell so many times. I have wounds on my skin. And there's no sign of the rain. The rain must be very, very soon. I've checked it out so many times. It's sure there's not too much time needed to see the first cloud, because I have checked it out so many times. It must come. Elijah, I didn't see anything, but the next time, there's no way that we won't see anything. And I started to dance and sing and rejoice in God and praise Him for His faithfulness, because His promises are so sure. And I closed my eyes and I saw the rain. I opened it and there was just dust. But I danced. I forced my exhausted parts to dance. Dance to the Lord who is about to give what He has promised. So I went back to the shores and I fall on the dust, and somewhere in the horizon I have seen something. I've seen something on the sky for the first time. I'm checking this rain thing. Really, there was some kind of mist. Maybe it's a cloud. Yeah, it's a small cloud. This rain is really coming. Oh, I have to run back to my Lord and tell him that I have seen the rain. I have seen the rain coming. Elijah, this rain is really about to come. I have seen the clouds. What kind of cloud did he see? A very small one, as small as my hand, but it's surely a sign that our God has started to fulfill this promise. He's so faithful. And we started to sing and dance again. And then we felt the drops on our skin. And the rain really came. The point in this vision is that we all have promises. Promises about our country. Promises of revival coming to our country. And we sometimes check the rain, whether it comes or not. And we have different attitudes. It won't come, there's no sign of it. We need so many other things to happen before it could really come. And we are just so bitter. There's no way. There's no sign of it. And if there's a sign, oh, it's not enough. Oh, it's not that serious. It's just the youth movement. It won't turn into revival. We can decide to rejoice and see what God sees. We are called to change our perspective from ours to God's. We have the opportunity to see what God sees. We hear His promises and we have the power to see His promises fulfilled before they are actually fulfilled. We can see the rain coming, even if it's noon and it's a huge doubt. We should see beyond all circumstances. He is about to intervene. And we can be so sure about that the actual circumstances doesn't really matter. We are called to dance on this barren land and rejoice in the goodness and faithfulness of God before we could see it. There's a huge cloud of deceit on God's people. They are deceived by their sight. We, God's people, are called to see what God sees. We are called to see the rain coming so long before it really comes. And we can avoid being depressed in the waiting. We can spend the time of the waiting rejoicing in His faithfulness. God's people, it's time to start to dance, start to worship God for what He is about to do. And now I command this deceit to leave you right now in Jesus' name. And the blood of Jesus covers all the all the connection of this spirit. It can't come back. And you are now perfectly free to see what God sees and feel what God feels and be overwhelmed by the truth about His promises. Start to sing and dance. If you have a better land, start to worship God for His goodness. I hope this message helped you, and God bless you.